Welcome back to Unfiltered with Jay Skyline and your man James here. And we are back. We found out today that the two other mayoral candidates that were supposed to go up against Bill Peduto have been removed from the ballot today. One because of lack of signatures, which you have to have a certain amount of signatures from people that live in the county to run for mayor. The other person did not put in his financial records, which I guess is a stipulation for running for mayor of Pittsburgh and not running for the president of the United States. But yeah, like I said, that's the end of that. So it looks like it's a 4 more year, or is it 4 or 2? We'll find that part out. Either 4 or 2 more years of bike lanes.
What do you mean, bad?
Hey, that's the legacy of Bill Peduto to me. Is the legacy of the bike lanes.
Bike lanes is your legacy.
I don't know. I know almost nothing else about this man's candidacy except the fact that that family got really mad at him when that kid fell into the river. That's it. So.
See, I can compete with that legacy. That's all I'm worried about is.
So yeah, like I said, that's I don't know. That's another couple of years of Bill Peduto. I mean, honestly, God, I don't live in the city limits, so it doesn't affect me like it affects a lot of y'all. I just work down here. I just need Port Authority to keep shit straight and PennDOT to keep these roads straight. I don't really care about what happens with the mayor of Pittsburgh. This is for y'all, Pittsburgh. Get out there and figure out what y'all need to do. Also, down at the Pittsburgh Zoo, Baby, the elephant calf, they were nicknaming it Baby at the point, has passed away from the last week. The news came out that the baby wasn't eating or taking food properly, and they put it on a feeding tube. So the baby elephant has passed away. R.I.P. Go out to that big rainforest jungle in the sky. Also, since we've been gone for a little bit, again, Jimmy Wapo is out of prison and has said he's ready to release 10 new songs. He wrote 10 new songs in prison. He is ready to get into the studio and go hard, apparently. Shout out to Jimmy Wapo and his newfound freedom.
So we're going to do another review now?
If he drops it before the end of the year, I have no problem with it. Jimmy Wapo and Hardo have a little bit more leeway than the rest of the rappers in the city right now just because of their prowess. So those are the artists that I'll give second runs to. And if anybody comes out with like collabo projects and stuff, that's a little different than a solo project. Mm-hmm. James, you had some more news for us today.
So northern India, so Punjab and Haryana. So these are northern states. You don't really need to know.
Oh, so you didn't get to that detail.
What happened was a cult leader was found guilty of raping 2 women. So what happened was violent protesters were going about. 38 people died. So what they did as the state just shut down all internet, all text messages, train stock to and from the states, and schools and businesses were just pretty much closed. So this is 50 million people with no service, nothing. I mean, I don't know about dealing with that.
That's more than
that
people
situation is a big situation, but dealing without something like that, a lot of people can't really deal without their phone for 2 hours or something, being attached to being online.
Okay, all right. I don't know how you just simplified this to phone, bro. You just said they didn't have no utilities of any type.
No internet, no text messages. That's it.
You made it sound like they didn't have anything.
No. But they lost all the trains, schools, and businesses were closed.
Yeah, that's more important than the cell phone.
Yeah, it is important. I think they probably had enough food. I feel like there probably been minor businesses or something.
I feel like niggas was breaking into businesses and getting food. But I understand the idea, like losing your electronics for a long period of time. The thing that's weird to me, man, is we talked about this before. I am old enough to remember when I had to remember phone numbers. I have no full remembrance of that. But growing up, there were no cell phones in my household. So I think there was 1 or 2 niggas with beepers. And again, I'm different. If I lose my phone and I happen to remember where I lost my phone at, if I leave my phone somewhere, I don't care. I actually almost missed out on winning a prize last year because I lost my phone somewhere, and then somebody was trying to tell me that I won a prize for my school until I got this Fitbit because I won it for free, but I almost didn't get it because I didn't have my phone for 2 days. But I didn't care until I got my phone back and saw that I had missed a bunch of messages that might have been important.
Yeah.
But no, for me, I can go 2 or 3 days without my phone. Now, I still have a laptop and I still have my Xbox, and a complete internet failure, probably not because I don't have cable anymore.
So no cable. So you have no cable. So
yeah, I don't have
to go to somewhere that hopefully that there's news or something.
I'd go to my mom's house. If I had lost all cases of internet.
But the whole area, I'm talking the whole state now.
Oh, then no, we just got to go.
No information's coming in or out.
Then niggas got to break out some cardboard. I'll beatbox a little bit and we'll entertain ourselves. Like that's how I look. And find some skinny dude to spin around on his head for a little bit. Have some entertainment. I'm not trying to freak. I mean, like if you're making it sound like it's coming back. If I know it's coming back, there's no reason to freak out. Yeah. Now, if everything shuts down and it ain't coming back, no, it's gonna be Armageddon. Niggas gonna get wild.
But I think they probably will let everybody know beforehand.
Back over to the music. Yeah. Waka Flocka is making more headlines, and one of us agrees with Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka thinks that DJs and producers should not be dropping projects, mixtape, albums, EPs. He believes that they should stick with being behind the scenes. Producers should be behind the boards. DJs should be premiering music. How do you feel about that, James?
I don't know. They can maybe like once a year, maybe be like, hey, these are like, this is the producer or whatever can go ahead and sell it as his because these are the songs that he worked with all these maybe like different artists. And he'd be like, this is a project of like maybe like 30 songs. That's about it. I don't want, every song that he's done because that's a lot of production.
So you want producers to be dropping their personal versions of Kids Bop every year?
Pretty much. That's the only thing. I mean, that's about all you can do.
But you don't want the DJs a part of this at all?
No. Because the DJ they do the beats and everything.
No, they're not. We've already proved that they're not making these beats personal.
Some of them. I mean,
the ones that are popular are not.
All right, then they don't have any. Then they have nothing. If they're not doing any part of the work, then they don't have any.
One, because we're Disembodied Voice, aka Malachi, would know better than this. DJ K Slay, was he actually producing, or was DJ K Slay just the one that was dropping mixtapes of like new music out of New York back in the day? Also, he cannot hear me, so he will hear this in like 30 seconds, but we will continue talking about this for a second. But yeah, like I said, that part, he just heard me now. So yeah, DJ K Slay, is he a producer?
I'm not sure if he produced a lot of tracks. I think it was just like,
okay, so
I'll look it up.
All right. No, but like I said, I mean, that's different to me because I know I've only seen production credit, like the credit by DJ Khaled like twice in his 11th album career.
Timberland used to drop CDs too.
But Timberland still put vocals on them CDs. They weren't the greatest vocals ever, but he had vocals.
You mean just DJs that don't
do anything?
Then they don't do anything.
All they have is a contact list, and they call niggas to drop verses on beats he got from other producers.
So that's it. So what they are is just kind of.
Oh no, I agree with you to a point on the DJ half of this. Like I said, I still think. I don't know because I like posse cuts. Like again, I'm a big advocate of the posse cut. I like hearing people get challenged against each other. I like the competition of the game. I think we have the only genres where competition's evidence past an award show. That's how I feel about that. But no, like I said, the projects I could live with or without it. I'm not advocating for it or against it. This is a fight that they're going to have to fight on their own. I'm Switzerland on this. I gotta keep it real. Like this is nothing a part of like. If I ever heard an album made by a DJ, it would not have changed my life that drastically. Saying that there are some cool songs that I've heard from DJs, like mostly DJ Khaled songs, but there was like DJ Felly had a big run for a little bit.
K-Slay does have some.
All right, there is a.
He produced.
Okay, so that changes something. Oh yeah. Oh, okay. So yeah, so some DJs are producing, so we got to merge that line. Do you have an issue with the Calvin Harris's or Skrillex of the world? I know this isn't really Calvin Harris could be considered hip hop in every other song, not really Skrillex. But
Skrillex does make some.
Yeah, but he's a dubstep producer. Like his genre is dub.
But that's his own thing though.
No, it's a genre.
Yeah, I mean, like he's doing his own thing. And
yeah, but he's had songs with like ASAP Rocky and stuff.
What?
He's had songs with like ASAP Rocky and stuff.
But I'm saying that like he's actually making it though.
Yeah.
Like unlike DJ Khaled. I'm saying like there's different.
But you said you don't like producers either. Skrillex is technically just his name is just being, it's an overzealous word for a producer.
Yeah.
That's all I was saying.
I mean, that's loud. I think like if you make the production, I feel like you can have some say, but you could be semi-featured with it. I guess, I don't know, depending
also,
on.
Also remember, about 3 years ago, Daft Punk won Grammy for Album of the Year. They do not have any vocals on any of their songs.
No?
No, those are like computerized vocals on most of their songs.
All right. So that's different, I guess. I don't know.
I just, like I said, this is a real conversation musically. Like, I mean, again, I don't have I can live with or without. I kind of wish we don't have to review any more of the DJ projects because it's just really hard to do.
So because you don't know who you're really giving the credit to.
No, it's not even that. It's just, it's not a cohesive thing. Like there's never ever a.
Well, you have different people. Like, oh, well, these 2 songs were good because they had this and this person, but then you have like 4 other songs that have different people, so you can't really. Like,
I could say the same thing about bad rappers about that too.
Yeah.
About bad rappers that have a bunch of features. So I guess I definitely say that. This is actually of other news. One good rapper who happens to just rap a lot with a lot of features, but I do consider him good. Trey the Truth is out on foot, saving people out in Houston, helping as much as he can. I'm happy to hear that.
Trey the Truth, man, I'm telling you, he ain't got to drop a lot of albums. He's a Houston guy. Like,
definitely, I saw him out there with like camo fatigues. You might want to watch that camo thing, but yeah, like I said, he's out here getting it. On the other side, Lil B is out here trying to help as much as possible too. This is gonna be funny because I can't wait to see. Y'all get to see his reaction. I get to see Malachi's reaction because he's behind us. But yeah, just say that. Yeah, behind the camera. But Lil B is out here and he's offering to help out Houston rappers that are down on their luck. Lil B is out giving out free verses to all Houston rappers who need it. Free verses, people.
I don't know if you take that as an insult.
Lil B is one of the top 5 worst rappers I've ever listened to. He's up there with Magoo.
no.
But is it like socially like?
If this happened 3 years ago, I could see it. He would still have his popularity.
If Little Flip got on the jacket, they have to bring Little Flip back. Say his name. It's like Lil B had enough.
No, not now.
He's not trending enough to even.
Not now. No. He only thing that people care about Lil B about now is the fact that he be cursing basketball players.
No, any artist who gets an arbiter.
It's a sucker.
Yeah, exactly.
I wouldn't want.
Like it.
JR said nobody want to hear Lil B no more.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, JR.
Here's another thing. Little B saying that he's going to be working with Nas soon with something. I don't know about that.
Until I hear confirmation from Nas himself.
Yeah, I want to hear Nas say like, "Yes, I'm willing to work." I don't know, like willing is the key word.
Lil B can tell me the world's flat. I don't mean it's true.
Yeah.
Like I don't have Lil B hasn't been popular since he was with the group, with the Vans and shit like that. I got my Vans on, I look like sneakers. He was part of that group. That was the only time I thought there was a legitimate chance that anybody, because I didn't know any of them niggas on that group. He just happened to be the one that tried to go off by himself and attempt to be popular. I say attempt, like loosely. But shout out, like I said, shout out to everybody out there down in Houston doing what they can. Yeah, AKA Bass God. Yeah, shout out to everybody out there doing what they can do. On the other news, I found out that the mega church that's down there in Houston, I guess it has like 16,000 seats. Even though I could remember the man's name that runs the church, I wouldn't probably say his name.
Joe Orton or something like that.
But he's in a lot of issues recently because he's refused to open up his church to the needed. And I understand if your church only got like 40 seats in it or something, like an old school Southern Baptist church or something. You have a church that's bigger than some football stadiums. Actually, no, you have a church that has more seats than some basketball and hockey arena.
70,000 seats. Joel Osteen.
Joel Osteen. But yeah, he 17,000 seats. I know a couple baseball and basketball and hockey arenas got less than that. The football part wasn't true, but there are definitely the other major sports have some smaller venues than this. Like the Chargers Stadium for this season only holds like 12 more thousand seats than that. So hey, you're just being stingy. You're supposed to be a man of God. I'm surprised you don't get struck down by lightning or have one of them sharks that's swimming around the water in Houston come grip you up. So yeah, no, that's James, you had something about Best Buy. I think we're done with Best Buy, folks.
Best Buy, Cypress, Texas. This was Friday. They're selling a case of 24 waters for $42.96, and then the smart water for $29.95. Damn.
The fuck type of shit, bro?
Yeah.
The idea that you don't. This is 2017. People are gonna take pictures of this shit. We are gonna tell you, I'm sorry, Best Buy. Like, if I'm gonna look up a little bit to make sure that y'all I did hear something about y'all selling the water per case and by per bottle, so you're doubling it like by the case and but per the bottle in there, which is like how convenience stores that don't sell cartons of cigarettes sell cigarettes, which is shady. Like, it's shady for the convenience store to do it, but I understand it because they don't sell cartons, so they're not gonna sell you their cigarettes for the same price they bought them for. But it's water. This is when People know me. My top 5 things that I hate about the planet. One of them is that clean water should be free to the planet. The idea that we pay for water to begin with angers me. The idea is you're going to upsell it because there's no clean water for people to drink makes me want to punch you in your fucking face. That's grimy.
Damn.
Shout out to Anheuser-Busch, Budweiser, and a couple other beer companies because they stopped manufacturing beer in their local locations in the city and started producing clean water and putting it in cans. It looks kind of funny. If you see the cans look like beer cans. They say water on it. So shout out to the beer company. Think about that. Beer companies are stopping the sale of alcohol. Their main source of fucking profit to make water. But y'all out here upselling water. See, that's grimy to me. On the other,
like they're even doing gas $10, like a gallon. Fuck out of here.
I know. I understand the gas thing because at some point they're going to run out of gas and they're not going to be able to get gas for their pumps. I understand when you charge gas.
Like, put it like at least closer, like neighboring towns. Like, come on, what the fuck? Like,
oh no, the gas stations in Houston are going to charge. Again, they're not going to be able to get money for gas. Like this isn't like you can get money from another.
I don't know why
station.
you really need gas at this point.
Because people want to drive.
I mean, it's kind of flooded still. I mean,
you also need gas for boats. Boats run on gas.
Those boats, yeah.
I think you forget the boats run on gas. So yeah, this gas is still needed.
But yeah, that's out of hand. No.
Oh yeah, like I said, what's going on in Houston and people getting cheap in Houston. Also, I know there was a little beef going on between Master P and a few folks because I guess people think Master P should be donating money that he's not donating.
Yeah.
Master P is Master P. Now, this is the thing. I feel bad for celebrities because whenever celebrities found out to not be helping in something like this, they want to kill the celebrity. And I'm like, so not every celebrity is in the same place financially. Oh, shout out to Floyd Mayweather. I've been saying a lot of disparaging things about him being the OJ of the black community. Apparently, I've seen video of him giving out food and water to people in Houston. So I do apologize for that. I'm not going to get the details of what I've been saying the last few days, but like I said, it's around the lines that he's the OJ of the 21st century. So,
yeah. That took a real.
I admit when I'm wrong. I said some really grimy shit about Floyd Mayweather the last couple of days about his humanitarianism. He's a humanitarian. He was out here giving out bag lunches and water to people. I can't knock that. If I'm going to talk back down about the people that aren't trying, I'm going to big up the people that were. Also, before we go into our next break, new dress codes, and I get sick of hearing this shit every year. New dress codes at East Allegheny High School go into effect yesterday, and is causing a stir with the community. Some people think it's a pointless dress code. It's a dress code where they're not in uniforms, but it's like the closest thing you can get to uniforms. It's always the same entire thing of, well, we're trying to help students and stop fighting and stop doing some things. It's also, I guess, the swag argument, like people they want kids to feel bad because they don't have certain things. I just don't think there should be dress codes in school. I understand if you don't want them wearing hoods and hats and stuff like that, whatever. But when it comes to like strictly telling people what they can and can't wear, I don't think you should have to wear. First thing, uniforms are expensive. Like those straight up uniforms. And I had to wear a uniform for 6 months. It was like the worst dressing experience in my life. And I was only like second grade. And no, East Allegheny needs to chill. Normal things like the shirt, the skirt, finger length stuff like that. That's a normal dress code. When you go past the normal what dress codes used to be, and you want people to conform to buying the stuff that you want them to buy, I think you're actually making a burden on parents that's unnecessary.
Yeah, you're requiring people to buy shirts with collars and sleeves that are only blue, black, brown, and that's even for the pants too. See, that's they have to be they can't be jeans. So you can't be out here with jeans.
Oh, that'd be the enemy being at that school. Can't jeans are just part of life for me. I just recently got into my sweat shorts phase and a couple other things, but jeans are jeans, man. That's day one.
Yeah.
But
you can have dress shoes, boots, sneakers, and sandals.
So you can wear any type of shoes though.
Yeah.
And that's important, man, because if you kind of get people out in them dress shirt shoes in school, them things hurt.
No hats or caps, that's fine.
That's normal.
But then no jewelry used as a weapon. What?
That means they don't want to.
That'd be any jewelry. I mean,
nobody's really out here using earrings as weapons.
Well,
you can, but it's not. Nobody's out here using it. I'm saying there's probably going to be no chains or necklaces unless it's religious, and there's probably not going to be any rings.
But that's good. You can't have any shirt. They have to have collars on these on the shirts. No, I don't do that. Unless I'm not for dressing up or something. But
I have a few. I don't have much collared clothing, so I'm not gonna act like I'm out here with collared clothing. But again, that's one step away from telling people they got to come to school with full dress shirts and slacks. Like you're really close to that. And I think, like I said, my issue with it is I think it's overly expensive to keep kids in that type of shit. Especially if it's white. Now, I didn't see the color white on there, so that's fine. I mean, if you're schooled out here pumping kids out to tell them to wear white dress shirts every day, that's a lot of fucking money. Keeping white clothes clean like that is a lot of fucking money. Just letting that be straight up out there. So yeah, I know other schools have these issues all out with the dress code things. Like I said, I've just never been a big proponent of it. I feel like there's no reason, and I understand there are kids out here in this world that have like legitimate issue getting clean, decent looking clothes. But in 2017 with the Salvation Army and Goodwill, as long as you don't come to school saying you came to school with clothes from the Salvation Army or Goodwill, you could probably, that shit passes. I've been fresh with Walmart clothes before. I've been fresh with Burlington clothes before. I've been fresh with Remo's clothes before. Guess what? I don't buy Remo's clothes no more because it's like $70. So I'm cheap with that shit. Shit, this is free. It's still fresh because it's Duquesne Women's. This is about the city. This was fucking free. I don't know where he got his from, but I think Russia gave it to him for free. So
yeah. No, Putin's not on there.
No, this is classic. This is like what Stalin.
Fidel.
Throwback. USSR throwback.
We just got the throwback.
This is Cuban Missile Crisis type stuff.
Throwback.
But yeah, like I said, it doesn't take much to be fresh to me. Like you just got. To me, it's about how you wear it. If this shirt with collar was all fucked up, I do know there's a little stain on it. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I spilled this shit on it before I came in here. I know that. But like outside of that, if you're like sloppy like me, you can look fresh in almost anything. It's just matter as long as it ain't suspect. And I'm not saying like suspect in a weird way. Like you can't be out here wearing a 3X Barney shirt. Yeah, you're weird, Matt. We're gonna be right back. I'm gonna show y'all these real quick because we're gonna be right back with the video. We're gonna get into the new segment that James got really overzealous about. Our new flu segment in a few seconds. This is Jay Skyline and James here on GMOY Radio hosting Unfiltered. Again, hit us up on YouTube if you want to see what we get into. If you just heard the crinkling of the bags over the radio, I'm sorry. Again, hit us up on YouTube for GMOY Radio's YouTube page, and we are still here live on the radio. We'll be right back here with GMOY Radio.